Well, I'm just having a quick look at my herd because dear old Florence is sitting on her own, and that sometimes means that she's about to give birth. And of course there's Miss Charolais, who is also in the same position. So I'm not sure whether that's a sign of something happening, but we're going to keep our fingers crossed. And what I'm a little bit worried about is that first-time mothers of the Belgian blue variety, which is Florence, find it difficult, or can find it difficult. So that's what I'm very much aware of. My Limmy crosses are doing fine. They've all had their calves. So it's just my last Belgian blue that needs to do her business. And in fact, Greedy Gertie gave birth very easily. So there were no problems there. And there she is over there, and her little calf, the gorgeous Jemima, is standing behind me, lying in the grass down there. But the other thing that I've discovered is that these cows are particularly good at hiding their calves in amongst the long grass, and also under the trees, and even under the electric fence. So they can be quite tricky to find. So there she is, there's Florence, and she's just straining a bit. She's definitely in the process of giving birth. Something's happening. I can see a little bit of perhaps a foot or a bit of a something. Anyway, in this situation, the best thing to do is just to leave her on her own for a few hours, and we'll see how things go. As we all know, you can't rush a mother, so we're going to leave her to it, but keep a wary eye on her from a distance. Poor old Florence has been trying to give birth now for about 5 hours, probably a little bit longer. So I'm a little bit worried, or very worried, that the calf still hasn't come out properly. It's now been raining solidly. It's nearly 12 o'clock at night, and nothing is happening. So I'm going to take a bucket of water and my hand and see if I can get involved and try not to frighten her. But I'm thinking maybe it's a hoof that's perhaps pushed back and caught inside. I'm not sure. Anyway, so I'm going to head up to the field now and try not to upset the girls, and see if I can get close to her and help in any way I can. Well, I've been walking around the field for about an hour, and I've now finally found her. I've given her a bucket of water, but you can see here she is down here. That's her bottom pointing towards us, and you can just see a little hoof and part of a tongue. It feels very, very cold, and I'm really worried that I think this is going to be a dead calf, but we've got to somehow help her get it out. So I'm going to try and make a stand, and that rolling action might help. But she's walked quite a long way from where I initially saw her this afternoon, but very sadly it's just nothing's really seemed to have moved, and I think this is probably one of our very sad disasters. Anyway, we'll see what we can do. Well, it's about 1 o'clock and I'm still struggling. I can't get any kind of purchase on those little hooves, and its tongue is sticking out, and it's completely cold. So I imagine now that the sack has been torn, I would think the baby's drowned inside. Come on, old girl, come on. Look, there's its poor tongue there. There's no life in that at all. And it's just got its little hoof sticking out. Unfortunately, everyone seems to be asleep, as you might imagine. And I've rung all my local farmers. And in fact, Michael Adcock has just rung me back. So he's going to come over with his wrench, which sounds a bit brutal, I know, but I don't want to leave the girl like this all night because that dead calf is only going to dry up and be even more difficult to give birth to tomorrow. So I'd rather try and get it out now if at all possible. Right, I've got the ratchet.
Yes, work it again.
Okay.
Try and work with her is the word. But your eyes are coming, aren't they?
Yep. There, that calf's coming out.
Yes, but if it's bloody Belgium, you've got to get into its hips yet.
Okay. I'll keep using the ratchet. Come on, old girl. There, he's coming out, I can see. But we definitely want to keep the cow alive if we can.
Yeah. You've a long way to go yet, because you've got to get these hips out.
Oh, God.
Now, whoa.
Okay.
Hold it. What other ropes did I bring?
They're in the bucket. Just those small ones.
Let's just take him off there a minute. Half a minute.
Okay.
I'm going to fly up. Yeah.
He must have just had his little that knee joint stuck.
He's a big calf to come through there. Whoa.
Okay.
Now, can you pull those ropes off?
Yep. Okay, there's one. There's two.
Whoa.
Yep. I think it's around there.
Don't bring
The bucket.
half a minute. Don't want to stay there, Jamie. I'm straight in it.
Yeah, well done.
Right, now then you want that on the bottom one, that loop on the bottom one.
Okay, on the bottom
As
hoof.
far up as it can go.
Okay. Hang on. Oh,
I'm sure it's your age, because I could do it easy to play your age.
what? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's round that one.
And is that tight? Has it
Yeah,
come?
yeah, that's tight.
Yeah. And that right on the other one.
Okay. How long do you think it would have taken to have died?
I don't know, Jamie, it's a hard question. That's got to come through properly. Right. Now we're getting there.
Okay. So, what are we trying to do exactly?
Is there a loop on that one? God, he's got one of these on.
No, it's not a loop.
Sorry, a pin pull. A pin, what? There, Amanda. Oops, go. Right. There's a bit of knot, that's it. That one, let's put that one on there. And that one on there. And we should get you out. Let's get a look. That's it. You're not. Is the bottom knot on?
No, hang on. Yeah. Now the bottom's on.
Oops. So it's got to come out.
Nearly out.
His bloody hips are worrying me. He's a big calf. That's it. Can you work the ratchet?
Yep.
Come here. And then I'll hold it back here if I can. How I did before. I'll tell you what, you're a lucky chap. Now she gets up. Now, whoa. Now, you know what you want to do? Can you pull the ropes off?
Yep.
Actually, you want to pull them off the ratchet, really.
Off the ratchet. Yep.
You've got a lot of that to do. Now, the best thing you can do now...
Let's have a little look.
Huh?
It's got a...
Look at all of the film.
Yeah. Trying to. So that's the afterbirth.
There's your after... But you see, yeah... I'll tell you what, I know it's peeing with rain, but if it ought to had us here at 8 o'clock last night, perhaps we'd have saved it.
Yeah. We called the vet too late. So we put the calf.
You must leave them as they are now and go to bed.
Yep.
And in the morning, just send one of your men and bury the calf.
Oh dear.
Well, Jamie, that's all you can do. You can be a bigger idiot and buy a calf and put on the cow. Then you've got your testing and doing. I don't understand that side of it, but just you be bloody thankful. One, I can tell you two things here, James. You've got a live cow out of it.
Yep.
And you haven't got a crippled cow. She'll get up. We haven't harmed her that much. God, I've seen it with Charles when we can't get them, and you want to get on those ratchets when they get stuck and they won't move, and you're in trouble then.
Of course.
That came well, Jamie.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Okay, now we're quite right. Right, what have we got? I want two.
Let's get. I've got the 2 ropes.
And a torch, and there's a rope in the bucket, isn't there?
Yeah, there is.
And I don't know where we've left the ratchet, but we'll find it in the morning even.
Oh well. Sorry, Florence. Sorry we couldn't help.
Huh?
But we've done a good job, I suppose.
Oh God, Jamie, you've done well with a bad job. It's a bad job when you lose. It's always a bad job.
No, of course.
But I think you've been a jammy little bugger so far with all your cars. You've got on well with them.
Well, it's disappointing. Let me give you a hand with that.
It's all right.
You've got that piece of equipment.
I've got a rope in the bucket. It's here, isn't it? What? What is it for?
I'm just having a little check.
There's no life in that. Jamie, what you could see was that calf straight away, how swollen its tongue was.
Yeah.
It was dead. You know, there's never been a sign of life in that. And what you've done right is to get it out now, even in the middle of the night.
And that was exactly the same as the first calf I had, Carly. She was in the same situation with her tongue sticking out.
Was it as big as that, the calf?
Yeah.
But, you know, when you say it's a Belgian heifer, I'm thinking Charles lost 2 Belgians together, but they were calving Charolais.
Okay, well let's leave them to it.
They often need cesareans, yeah.
Well, it seems so cruel that only 5 weeks ago I was in this very room celebrating the birth of my first calf, Carly, in a similar situation. And then tonight, unfortunately, we couldn't do anything to save this latest one. And poor old Florence was in labour for the best part of 10 hours. And unfortunately, we should have called the vet earlier. And we didn't. So I guess we've learned an important lesson that when things have got out of hand, really, you need help sooner rather than later. So that was calf number 8. We've still got 2 more, and we'll see what tomorrow brings, but there's nothing more we can do now. The calf's gone, but at least with Michael's help, we've managed to save the cow, and that has to count for something. So I'm back in the cow field early this morning, and of course our lovely little calf is still there. And in fact, I was looking at the mother, and she's standing right down there, just looking forlornly this way. But at least she's eaten the afterbirth, and she's stood up and is obviously walking, which is key. So we know that the mother is going to be okay. So when she does have another calf next year, it will hopefully come out and we'll be a little bit better prepared. But in the meantime, our poor calf, it's a little bull there, and really he's a lovely little creature. Lovely and black, and surprisingly heavy. And when I think about trying to pull that out, you know, there's not a chance I'm going to be able to pull it out. And of course it was coming out like this with its little legs all squished together, and you could see really it would be very, very challenging to get that out without all the help that we needed last night. So unfortunately that one hasn't made it.